it is Daniel. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're having a great day. So I've decided to do a commentary on My Lego Batman Arkham City Episode 1 because you know what, I actually want to talk about this video that I made, this brick film I made back in the day. So yeah, let's get started. Right, let's hit the play button. Okay, so before I rant and rave about this, let's just go back to the intro. So the intro was made in Olive, yes, Olive Video Editor, and this actual whole film took me around about a month and a half just to make, but to edit it took me about 4 hours. Okay. So the intro is a bit slow. The animation pace is like really bad, I will be honest.
I'm watching videos. Master Bruce had not seen you watch news in such a long time. You were very young when you were watching the news. I know.
Wow, okay, my voice was like literally so squeaky last year. Anyway, so it kind of makes sense what really happened with this video. This was I wouldn't say one of my first ever brick films. This was just a brick film I made. That was Thack in the background there, but this set design. I didn't really see this set design like something amazing. Like this set design could have looked so much more better. So I will be honest, the set design didn't look as well as I wanted it to, but like I had limited pieces with me at the time.
What are you watching now? Albert, I'm watching an interview. Can I join the Masters?
I was like so proud how this came out, and also like I said, the interview came out, the interview news came out so quick. It was too fast. The whole animation pace was just too fast. So that is something that I'm keeping an eye on, and there was a bit of lighting that kind of affected me. Like a lot of the exposure could have been turned down quite a bit.
Of course so. Master Bruce, what is the interview about?
So what actually takes away the dialogue from me and the pacing is that if you've seen the background, that is the interview, and the interview is already started in the background when the whole entire the rest of the show that Bruce was watching before the interview should have just carried on playing on with adverts and all of that, but okay, so yeah. So there was a bit of a problem with pace of the animation.
About a new super prison, the new owner called Hugo Strange.
So, Mr. Hugo, tell us about Arkham City.
So that was a awesome animator who is like a really good friend of mine. His name is Chris, or Gold Brick Productions. Go subscribe to him. I'll actually leave his channel down in the description below.
Arkham City.
My Hugo voice was terrible. I don't know why I did that. Also, the set design was a bit bland. Again, the set design was a bit bland. The buildings in the background are also a bit bland. Yeah, so this set design was really a bit bland because there could have been a lot more to it. There could have been a cup on the sides of the chairs on the table or something like that. So this set design wasn't very good. It was okay. I guess it was decent.
It's a super prison.
Why does Arkham City have places where the criminals could run free?
So the whole story plot for this was bad, I will be honest. The story wasn't really that good. The animation was good, I will be honest. It was good. It wasn't my best. Like I said, I did put as much as effort as I did put effort into it, but I could have put in a lot more effort, I know.
You see those places.
Again, the whole pace of the animation is off. The whole syncing audio is off of the pace.
The criminals can have their territory.
Very interesting.
Yes, very interesting.
Now that was kind of a it's very interesting, which was kind of a silly voice to put on because I was trying to be silly, but like I said, that didn't really help. It kind of made it a bit more silly.
That's all.
Yes, thank you.
Masterpiece's Arkham City sounds very fishy. I don't just think it's a super prison.
So when I was going to say I don't just think it's a super prison, I was trying to say that with more character. With I could have said that a lot better with character. Like I said, now this is where the set design started to look a little bit better because there was a cup on the design. Like I said, the more that you have, the better of if you have a set design, if you add some things to the set design, you can actually make it look really good. Now, this is one of my favorite scenes that I have made. This is a really cool scene I made. Now, basically, if we go back, this wasn't actually a bad scene.
I don't just think it's a super prison.
So this was actually one of my favorite scenes because I actually really like this scene because behind there was the Batcave, way behind that bookshelf is the classic Batcave, of course, and then also what was there is the night, and that really did, and that really made the scene outstanding scene, which made it look really cool. I will be honest. The sound effect was a bit too loud. I will be honest. The sound effects were a bit too loud. They should have been turned down. Like I said, I could have turned them down. Yeah, I knew how to, of course, turn them down, but I just, I was proud of this. So yeah, at the time I was looking for pretty decent sound effects that would be good.
Too late to go.
Okay, again, the animation sync is completely off. Is off pace again. Okay, I like that custom clock I made. That was a really cool clock I made. But yeah, I really do like and I really like those buttons there. Those are like kind of like a code, I guess.
Right
now, what really didn't make me happy was how the animation of the pace came off. Also, the size of the resolution, also another thing, did not make me very happy. It's kind of a bit too slow. It kind of cuts off a lot of the animation. It kind of cuts off most of the scenery. Most of the rest of the film. Anyway, back. Now, I really did like that closing of the elevator. That was really cool. Now, this is one of my favorite scenes. Now, the Batcave look really awesome. This Batcave, this took me some time to build, and I'm really proud how this came out. I really am. I'm really happy how this came out. Now, this is something that I really liked about the sound effects, is how the doors open. That was really cool. Again, like a remote seat was. Now, I really did like how those doors open. That was really cool. And there was the back, in the back there was the other Batcave I made. Okay, now let's go back a bit. Let's just go back a little bit. Okay, so if you look here slowly, this was a bit choppy. The movement with the bike was a bit too choppy, which I didn't really find very pleasing. Didn't find it good. I didn't find it nice, but I definitely will be honest. The vehicles that I built for this were really cool. Okay, again, this is off pace. Now, this is actually an interesting fact. This is all done in Blender. This whole scene with him going up to the buildings was done in Blender. Again, the sound effects also off pace.
Hello, Batman. What is it, Batman?
It's me, Bruce. I'm telling
Now, this actually was actually quite smooth.
you to come to Arkham with me.
It's all true. And yes, I'll come with you to Arkham.
Yeah, so this was actually pretty nice, I will be honest. I did not like the scene where I have put the wall behind the door. That wasn't really cool. I liked where I put that custom bat light, I guess, bat signal, where, where you would get the bat signal. Um, I didn't mind the scene so much, but again, it was a little bit bland. It wasn't very, very detailed. Like, there could have been some tiling over the balcony.
Will you be willing to stay there for a few days?
Yes, I'm willing to stay there.
But we won't be in a cell.
Okay.
Okay, now this is another scene that really just messed the whole animation up.
You to Arkham.
Will you be willing to stay there for a few days?
Yes, I'm willing to stay there.
But we won't be in a cell.
Okay.
Alright, so this scene here really, really messed the whole thing up because I had taken all the photos that I had masked out and I re-put them in. That was a really dumb idea for me to do, I will be honest. Okay, now again, the motorbike scene was also again too fast. It was way too fast. This should have been a bit more of a dark scene because this was shot at night. Again,
Master Bruce, you are back.
now this is really stupid for me to say, Master Bruce, you are back. Like, that wasn't really clever for me to say.
Yes, I love this.
Again, this wasn't really clever with the blue thing that looked like a phone when it should have been it should have either been a grey one by 2 by plate or something like that. That would have looked a lot better.
Bruce,
Like to make
Now, this is where I kind of regret filming the scene. This should have had a split scene where Hugo was talking and so was Batman talking. Batman and Bruce talk, where Hugo and Bruce were talking. That would have been a lot better.
of course.
Yes,
Master Bruce, what's happening?
I'm going to Arkham City.
Again, this transition, this is way too fast. If you look slowly, if you actually go back
Of course.
and
Ma-
he doesn't even get changed
What's
out of his
happening?
bat suits. And I get that I didn't have to show that, but it would have been nice.
Going to Arkham City, but I need to get arrested.
Master Bruce, what time must I wake you up?
Now, this is really stupid because I'm going to get arrested when Alfred should have said, oh, so what he said is, Alfred, I need to get arrested. And when Alfred should have said, what do you mean you need to get arrested? I can't see you going into Arkham City, it's too dangerous.
Okay, Master Bruce.
So now saying, wake me up early, it kind of feels like it's boring because, Alfred could have had more of a exaggeration, more of an expression. Like I said, I wrote the script, I was the one who made the mess up. So yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Now, what should have happened here is Alfred should have came in with tea. I will be honest. Alfred should have came in with tea, and Bruce should have had a lamp by his stand. And yeah, it was, of course, he was sitting on his chair, busy making gadgets. But he should have gone down to the back cave. That wasn't.
What are you doing?
Now, with me putting on this fake British accent, I don't know why I do that. That is kind of something I won't do anymore. I don't find it pleasing at all to do. It's really rude. Okay, so I do kind of like this scene. The set design's okay, but there could have been like something, maybe like a dresser table or something on the side where that table is. So I'm not very upset with this. It's okay.
That might be helpful. Let's go now. We need to pick up Jim.
Okay.
Now again, the getting out of the seat, okay, was not bad. It was pretty decent, but
We need to pick up
there's a lot more improvement on this. There could have been. So now again, the fast pace animation again was not very good. Some of the cars that I had made for this were terrible. They could have been much more. They could have been much more better built. This scene here again. This is a scene where they were in the car talking. This wasn't some scene that I wasn't very upset with. The camera was completely unfocused.
Hello there. Can I please see someone in?
This scene here was again too bland with these gates. There could have been maybe like a bridge. It could have been maybe crossing the bridge, or what they could have been is they could have been a building in the background, two sections of building. This was really too bland.
Also, Hugo. Hugo said let him in.
This scene here was also something again. No, sorry. Let's just go back a bit. Okay, yeah. This here was
Identification.
again. This wasn't too bad because Alfred I should have actually got the minifigure to walk up to the car so that Alfred could have given him his ID card.
Also,
okay, now this wasn't a bad scene either because this was a bit of a bland scene. Again, there should have been a building in the background, which would have made it look a lot more nice. And again, the camera should have been on focus, and that is my fault. I will be honest.
Hugo said let him in.
All right. Now this is what I kind of like. I like how this building came out. This is a really cool building, with the police there. But like I said, now what exactly happened? The reason why it was so fast at a fast pace. Let me explain to you now exactly why it was so fast with such a fast pace. Let me explain. So as Alfred goes off, you see them come out of nowhere with their cars and they jump off. Which this is kind of boring because it doesn't really work. It doesn't really work out for them. So eventually what does happen in the end game is it's too fast. The animation is way too fast. The characters don't show how the characters get out the vehicle.
Wake up, Wayne.
Okay, again, this scene was a bit bland because there could have been a lot more at the table and the lighting could have been a lot better. Like this could have been a lot more darker. I will be honest, this could have been a lot more darker, like a lot less more light, not a lot of light in a bit more darker scene. The audio was a bit too soft. I should have turned it up.
You are in Arkham.
Again, my voice with Hugo did not work. I should have gotten an awesome voice actor. Next time I will look for the right one.
He's safe.
Now, the reason why I did these with the bricks here was because I was kind of to think that it was a event.
Get up, Wayne.
Now, again, this is off pace. Wayne should have been sitting in the seat, and he should have told, and the police officer should have told Wayne to get up, and then Bruce would have probably gotten up just before. Bruce would have gotten up when the police officer said get up.
You're going to get smashed.
Now again, this was too much of a transition scene. Scene was actually really, really boring. The scene was a bit too quick, also again too fast paced. What should have exactly had happened is Bruce should have stopped at a point. Let me explain. Bruce should have been going through a doorway to meet with these prisoners, and then the prisoners should have. You're gonna get smashed. You're going to get smashed, and you're Wayne.
Wayne.
The punches weren't
Wayne,
bad.
This will be your new home. Wake up, rich boy. Boy, shut up. I'm going to beat you.
Go.
The fight movements were okay. The walk cycle here was pretty bad. I did really like some of these scenes.
Master Bruce, is that you?
Again, where it showed Master Bruce, is that you? Sorry, that was a voice track.
It's me. I need you to send me a suit.
Sir, the Batwing is on its way.
Now this is actually really fast, and I didn't mind.
That's
Ooh,
like-
I like that. That there was the This was a bit too fast. Yeah, so I didn't mind this scene, but I actually did like that scene with the Batwing. That Batwing shouldn't have been so fast. It should have been a little bit slower.
What's that? I don't know.
This was actually a nice scene because this was like they were by the rooftops. Again, this should have been a lot more zoomed in without seeing all those other buildings because it doesn't even look like they high up on buildings. I didn't mind this scene. This was a pretty fun scene to do. This was actually pretty fun because this is when I said, you know what, this is where we're going to finish the animation.
Alfred, I need you to track where you go.
Course, Master Bruce.
This is cool. Again, a lot of the animation was off pace. I like the suit where he did the suit setup. That was pretty cool. Now that was also something I liked too. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Before I end it here, I want you guys to tell me how much you would rate the stop motion. I'm gonna give the stop motion around about I would say a 5 out of 10. I wouldn't say already a high rating because this wasn't one of my best stop motions ever. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. Bye.